Hi there, Jeremiah here with this tutorial on getting started with building a discounts experience using Shopify Functions with the product discount API. So today we're going to be going through this tutorial that you can find from the Shopify Dev Docs. And in this tutorial, we'll learn how to do the following tasks uh, to generate starter code for Shopify Functions, use GraphQL to define the input of our function, deploy function into the Shopify platform, review logs for our function, and we're going to create a new discount type called volume discount that offers a percentage off when customers purchase more than the minimum quantity of a product. So we're going to have a few requirements. You can go through it here in the dev docs, and Shopify functions can either be worked through Rust or JavaScript. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using JavaScript, but you're also free to use Rust. So we're going to go through 5 steps. We're going to create the product discount function. We're going to preview the function on a development store. We're going to update our app access scopes. We're going to create the product discount with GraphQL and test the product discount. Firstly, we'll need to create a Shopify app. So there is a separate tutorial for that right here. We can follow this one first. So I'm gonna open my terminal and I'm gonna run this code, which is Shopify app init, to initialize an app. And just gonna use 01. And then we're gonna start by adding our first extension, because in this tutorial we're just gonna be working with Shopify functions. We don't need to create a front end with Remix. So we'll start by adding our first extension. It's gonna take a bit, and it's not created. I'm gonna change directory to that folder. Gonna open my code editor. I'm gonna make the font a little bit bigger so that it's captured on the recording. And we're gonna generate our first extension, or we should just go here first. So we've navigated to our app directory, and then we're gonna generate our first extension, which is basically gonna use the product discounts functions API, and then we can pass in the name of our extension. So I'm just gonna use what's default here and given in the tutorial. I'm gonna open my terminal here in my code editor, my VS Code, and going to run that command. So generating an extension using the product discounts API, and then the name of our extension is product discount. I will be connecting it to an existing app that I already have in my partner's account, but you can create it as a new app. I'll use this one. And I would like to work in JavaScript. Cool, it's loading. Right, perfect. So I'll discuss what that is later on. Yeah, so we generated the extension, we selected JavaScript. After it installs the dependencies, we're gonna change directory to the extensions product discount directory. While we're there, okay, it's loaded up. That was fast. Cool, I'm gonna change into that directory for the extensions. And then the next step of the tutorial is to replace the contents of run.graphql with the code that we have here. So we're gonna go into the extensions, product discount, and then source. And then that's where we find run.graphql file. Gonna paste the sample code that we have here in the guide. So that file defines the input for the function target. So this query differs slightly in JavaScript and Rust due to code generation requirements. So basically what we see is it needs to be run input in JavaScript, and then it's just input in Rust. And then now that we have that run.graphql file with the code in it, we're gonna then generate types from it. So we're gonna run Shopify function type gen. And we only need to run this if we're using JavaScript. If we're using Rust, we don't need to. So we're gonna run Shopify app function type gen. So make sure that you're in the extensions folder for that Shopify function that you're working on. Cool. Types have been generated successfully, so those now appear in our schema.graphql. And then now that we have our schema generated, our types generated, we will now have to work on the run.js file, which is basically where our function logic will reside. So I'm gonna copy this example code and then we'll discuss it here. Cool. So I'm gonna hide my terminal first and let's talk function logic. So these are the types that we generated: run input, function run result, target, and product variant. We are declaring a constant here, basically empty discount, where if we don't have any targets to apply the discount for, no line item qualified for having greater than or equal to 2 quantity per line item, we'll just return empty discount, and we'll log this into our extension logs in our partner dashboard that no cart lines qualify for the volume discount. But before we run this, we'll obviously iterate over our input cart lines, and then we will run an array filter to check if each line item, does each line item have a quantity of greater than or equal to 2? Is the merchandise type also of product variant? And then the outputs or the arrays that is the output of this filter will map and iterate through each line item again, and then we'll add them into the targets if with the variant ID to create the discount target. And then lastly, we return the discounts if there is targets that qualify, such as the line items. We apply the discount to the collected targets, and we define the percentage-based discount down here below. We also have our discount application strategy property right here, and there are 3 possible values for discount application strategy that you can check out in Shopify's developer documentation. Cool. Now we have our run.js file, our run.graphql, our schema has been generated. What is next? We should be able to preview our function on a development store. So if you're developing on a different language other than JavaScript or TypeScript, we have to make sure that you have configured build.watch. Otherwise, if we're on JavaScript or TypeScript, we're quite set. So we navigate back to our app root. So open our terminal again. We go a couple levels up to our application directory, and then we run this command, Shopify app dev. This should allow us to preview our app on our development store. Cool. Lovely. So you can click on to preview our URL. This is my test store, and I have the app installed. App installed successfully. Cool. Now that we have it installed successfully, follow the CLI prompts to preview your app and install it on Development Store. Now we have to make sure that we have our app scopes updated, and we must make sure that we have the right discounts access scope on our app config file. So our app config file is our shopify.app.toml file in the root of our app. So for this one, I have the right discounts scope added already. You can add whichever scopes are relevant to the app that you're building. So I've already added this one, products and checkouts. But yeah, so for this specific tutorial, we need our right discounts access scope. So we have to make sure that this config is actually deployed. So to Shopify, so we run Shopify app deploy. And you make sure that you include Shopify app.toml configuration on deploy, and I would recommend yes always. So what's saying here is that I've removed this other extension that I have previously before I created this tutorial. So, but yeah, so this is what's good also with having included the configuration deploy. You would see that if there are changes in your configuration, and aside from that, I also am deleting an extension. So just confirming that. Just gonna pause a bit. Okay, so now that we have it deployed and we've released the new version of the app, we can now run it again and restart our app. We'll have Shopify app dev. And then we can now preview it again. Cool. And we can proceed to step 4, where we create the product discount with GraphQL. So if you don't have yet the Shopify GraphQL app, you can install it, opening this link, and then just selecting all the necessary scopes for you. And it's just easy to select all and then paste in here your admin store URL and then install the app. So I already have it installed. I'm gonna open that app. I have the Shopify GraphQL app here. So first step is that make sure you have an updated version of the API selected. So I'm gonna be using the latest version as of this recording. So that's April 2024 version. I'm gonna use this find function, query GraphQL, copy this code, then we're gonna paste it so that we will find our product discount ID. So function ID. So this is our product discount function, and this is its function ID right here. So the result contains a node with your function's ID, and then basically the app name, the API type, the name of your title of your Shopify function, and then your function ID here. Our next step is to create the discount with this mutation using our function ID that we found right here. So I'm gonna copy this and then gonna paste it here. And then we can copy this ID. I'm just gonna remove this variables right here. You can change the title to tutorial volume discount and change the starts at to today. So basically April 2024. And then we run this mutation. Again, make sure that you have the right discounts access code. Because if not, you could get this error. So we're gonna run this. And it should have created our automatic discount. So I'm gonna open discounts from our admin. And we have it here. So tutorial volume discount. Yeah, sorry. So we have our tutorial volume discount. We could try creating another discount just to make sure that this mutation works. And refresh this. And yes, we have created another discount using the product discount Shopify function of a product discount API type. I'm just gonna delete this. This discount. Okay, now that we have created the discount, it's now time to test. So we now see the volume discount that we created. We deleted the other discount. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open our storefront and build a cart with a single item in it. So no discount should be applied to that cart. And then we're gonna increase the item quantity to 2. And then after that, we're gonna go to our partners dashboard to see the logs in our partners dashboard and see if there was any error. Cool, so we're gonna go to our storefront. We're gonna build a cart. So just start with the collection snowboard liquid. We're gonna add a product to cart. No, let me clear this first. So we're gonna add a product to cart. And then one product, quantity 1, no discount applied. Make it 2, and then we have the tutorial volume discount applied. We click checkout, and we still have the discount applied right here. Go back to cart, modify the quantity, again, no discount applied. Go to checkout, no discount applied again. So we're gonna go to our partners dashboard. We'll log in. We're gonna check the app, and then we're gonna see the function runs. So we have an extension. It's a Shopify function, and like we have had several runs already and no errors. So we're gonna check the latest one. And okay, the cart had one line item with only one quantity. Thus, no discounts were applied because no cart lines qualify for the volume discount. So this is our most recent cart. Let's see a couple of lines back, probably this one. Correct. So we have the cart. Cart line had a quantity of 2. The merchandise was product variant, thus it qualifies. So there was a 10% discount that qualified, and then no error was outputted. So that's basically how you check your function runs. You go to the app, check your extensions, you go into the extension details, and if it's a Shopify function, you should see the Shopify function runs. And then you could click on any one of these to see like the logs, the inputs, the outputs, and if there was any error that was logged. So I hope you found this tutorial useful. Thanks for watching. Let me know for use cases that you'd want to go through and test out, and we'll see if it's something that we could come up with a tutorial with. Let me know which tutorial you'd want to run through again run through next from the Shopify Dev Docs, and I'll see you then. Cheers.